Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to all of you for today's session. Students, just let me know whether you people can hear me well. Tell me, please.
Yes, we can hear you.
Morning, sir. We can hear you.
Good. Good. Okay, I have another question from you people. How many of you have revised the last lecture at home? Lecture we had last Saturday. How many of you have revised that? Yes, please. How many of you revised the last lecture at home? One person? How many other people, please? I expect it to be revised by majority of you. And if you have not done so, that is so dangerous for you people. I'm telling you. Yes. Only one person have done it? Yes, just tell me, please. That's very sad state of affairs if it is the situation. And you know, we are going to, most probably, we are going to practice questions as from today, most likely. Most likely, we are going to do it from today. And if you are doing this, you continue to do this, F8 will become a problematic subject for you if you keep ignoring it like that. I mean, if you are trying to do same thing again and if you are going to deal things with the same routine, how you can expect better results? How can you expect better results? This is what I wanted to say to you people. Now, so please have mercy on yourself. Now, so let us proceed further. So our topic for today, that is, I told you to study inventory at home. How many of you have done it? No one, it means. So anyways, let me go quickly through the inventory and cash and bank. So inventory, we have discussed purchase and the sales cycle in the last class. That what are the objectives of controls and how controls are put in place by organizations to achieve those objectives. We said that. We talked about that in the last class. So control objectives and control procedures and test these two things. So the first is all objectives, all inventory movements are recorded. The first objective. So all the inventory movements, they are recorded. Company's objective. So for that purpose, what is control? Pre-numbered GDN, the GRNs, they are used. When the goods dispatch, GDNs. When the goods receive, GRNs. Second is safety of inventory from theft. Yes. Now, how to ensure that not everyone is allowed to enter the stores? Physical access is limited. In the stores, a few persons have access. And then is separate responsibilities for maintenance of record and custodianship of inventory. Separate responsibilities. Separate. Means that the person who is having the inventory in the physical position and the person who is maintaining a record, they are two different persons. They must be two different persons. Why? Because if one person, it is called segregation of duties, by the way. That if one person, the same person is maintaining the record and the same person is having the physical possession of inventory, what will happen? The person can steal the inventory and update the record. Possibility is there. So there is a problem. That's why physical access and custody of inventory should be with different persons. Now, and of course, inventory should be counted regularly for this purpose. Now, so all purchases of goods and sales should be recorded in the accounting system. Yes, sale and purchase should be recorded. How to do that? Procedures in place to ensure inventory held at third parties. They are included. Means that if we have purchased inventory, our inventory is kept at a warehouse, third party. We have purchased it. So that should be included in the closing inventory of the company. Yes. So all good dispatch GDNs must be processed daily. Daily update. All GDN dispatch note, good receive note. Inward report is GRN, good receive note. And to ensure that inventory is stated at lower of cost and NRV properly stated at. So standard cost of inventory, for the cost, it should be reviewed and updated. The proper costing. And any obsolete, slow-moving inventory should be reviewed as well on a regular basis and identified so that NRV, it can be reduced to that. So this is how control procedures and objectives are interlinked. Any confusion, any question about inventory, the people who have joined today, they should watch the previous lectures. They will be getting some understanding. Means around 30-40% today, but please do attend the class. It will enhance your understanding. It is what I am teaching now, it is linked to the last lecture. In a few minutes, I will be starting next topic. Yes, please. Anyone, any question, any confusion, any problem? Feel free to ask. Yes, please. Is it clear so far? Good. Now, so the next is cash. So cash is only valid cash payments are made. Valid cash payments. So segregation of duties for custody of cash and accounting records. Separate duties. The person who is having the possession of cash and the person who is maintaining the accounting record, there is separation of those persons. Separation of the both persons. Now, next. So monthly bank, yes, so of course, it will avoid the risk. Segregation of duties. I have a monthly bank reconciliation prepared and reviewed by different persons. One person is preparing bank reconciliation, the other is reviewing. Yes, only authorized staff, not everyone. Electronic payments, issue checks, a few persons assigned for that. The next is electronic cash payments and checks prepared only after all resources and documents have been approved. Electronic cash payments only prepared, check and issued when, first of all, you make vouchers, payment vouchers. With that, you attach invoices. If you are working in the accounts department, a voucher is a document stating the amount, reason for payment. Then with that, normally invoices are attached. And then that is sent to the concerned authority who verify the payment and approve. And then check is prepared. Then payment is made. To avoid any fraudulent payment. This is the target. So all these are ensuring it, achieving it. The next is all cash payments and receipts that occurred are recorded. Means nothing should be missed. All the payments and receipts should be recorded. They are recorded. What they occurred, they have occurred, they should be recorded. So review of cash payments by manager before release. Yes. This is what I was saying. Authorization. Daily cash posting. Tables. Reconciliation. Daily recording. Whatever is being paid. And monthly bank reconciliation prepared. By the way, it is actually should not be there. Should be here only. it is repeated. So monthly bank reconciliation, I was telling you, yes, they should be prepared by one person, reviewed by another person. Yes, please go through it and tell me if it is clear or not. Yes. Tell me, please, is it clear to everyone? Any question? Good. Now, so students, we have discussed these 4 topics. Now, before I proceed further to the next area, payroll and revenue and capital expenditure, and you see it is going to end this section, and I will wind up this today. Students, the point is, yes, here we are. Now, here we are. The topic is test of controls. So I will ask you people the same question again, which I asked in the last class. The question is, why auditor tests the controls of company? The same question again. Yes, please. Why auditor test? This is what I explained to you people in the last class in very much detail. Yes. Why auditor tests the controls of company? Yes, please.
To know whether the financial statements have been prepared properly.
Great, great. Anyone else, please? Okay. These all points are valid. Whatever you are saying, these all points are valid. Auditor, the controls of company. The number 1, whether financial statements have been prepared properly, okay? financial statements, to assess whether controls are meeting financial statement objectives or not. What are those objectives? Assertions, if you remember. Second lecture. Yes, assertions. Or assess the level of the work, substantive tests to be performed. Financial statements to be performed on financial statements. Yes. To be performed in financial statements. Yes. Next. So these points should be clear. I have talked about all these points in the last classes in detail. So now, how auditor performs? How auditor performs the testing of controls or ways used to test the controls. Auditor. By auditor. Ways used. Next point. So come here. What are those ways? Number one is inspection of documents. The most commonly used. For example, they say we are preparing good receive note, which is sequentially pre-numbered. Auditor checks that sample of GRNs, whether it is being prepared and it is sequentially numbered or not. They say purchase order is signed by the manager. Auditor check a sample of purchase order, whether they have been signed by the manager or not. Inspection of documents. The second is trying to bypass control. The one is inspection of documents, second, bypass control, trying to bypass control. Yes. So, how to try to bypass control? What you do is, for example, the control is that security guard is checking the cards of everyone before allowing them to the building of the company, premises of the company. To try to enter without showing the card. to security guard, bypass. They say customer's order is accepted within a limit only. When the customer places order online on the website, the purchase manager or sale manager exceeding a certain limit, it is rejected. Try to bypass that. Try to place a bigger order than the current limit. You are not trying to bypass that control, whether it is bypassed or not. It should be rejected. It should be rejected. Now, the third is observation. Observation. See whether controls are working or not. Go and observe over there. And this is the weakest, your examiner said, this is the weakest test by auditor. And normally it is not performed, not preferable, not preferable. It is done when there is no choice. But remember, the first two are preferable. The reason is that I am auditor. They say staff is doing this, performing this control. I go and observe them, whether they're performing it or not. When company staff knows auditor is observing us, follow it, apply the control. It is just like that. Police car is on the road, and we are trying to bypass, we overtake that. We will do overtake properly. Because they are observing us. Our cameras are where cameras are there, speed limit. When observation is being done, majority people will follow the control. Is observing them. But when observation is not there, so that's why it is called weak control. Okay, weak test of control, sorry. So in the three ways controls are tested by auditor. There is no fourth way. Yes. Now I'll proceed further. So just see here, come to the notes. Here are notes. Yes. Starting from sales cycle, where we started. You see, here is the control. Now you see here, test of control is done by auditor. These are all implemented by the management. Other two are by the management. So the first control is, which is implemented by management. Sale officer check the availability of stock. Now, auditor has to see whether availability of stock is being checked or not. Three ways. Action of document, trying to bypass. The better is place a fictitious order for goods not available in stock. It should be rejected by, yes, trying to bypass. It should be rejected. If it is rejected, then it's good. If not rejected, it means the problem is there. It means the problem is there. Now, order should be received on a standardized form, order form. For a sample of sales orders received, Now, inspection, review whether now auditor is doing that. This is done by management. Whether they are on a standardized form. So the inspection of documents, you see, this is inspection of document. It's trying to bypass. Yes. Next. Let us proceed further. The third case example, that order form should be sequentially. So review a sample of order form, inspection of document, whether they are sequentially pre-numbered and multi-copied properly or not. I told you inspection of documents is used the most. They say perform credit checks for the new customers. So how to check it? It is happening or not? For a sample of customers given credit sales, check company's record contain credit information of those person or not, which have just given credit sales by the company. Review record whether credit information, again inspection of documents, whether it has been done. If they have done it, the information should be present over. Students, tell me, you are getting the understanding of it or not? Tell me, please, everyone. Yes. Test of controls. All the persons, please. I need response from everyone.
It's okay.
Try to understand what is happening here and how it is happening. We are trying to, being auditor, we are trying to verify control is implemented, working properly or not. So they say the next control is here. They say for new credit customer, reference should be obtained and verified. That means if any new customer they are there who have granted credit, references should be present in the record. So for a sample of customer granted credit sales, sample of him, because auditor does not check everyone, sample. Review company's record, whether it contains verified references of the customer or not. If they have done the verification, it means the references should have been there. It should have been there. Define credit limit policy for credit customer approved by senior management. And that should be used by company while making sale. Now review document once again. Obtain copy of credit limit policy of company. And for a sample of recent credit sales, review whether they have been given credit as per the policy or not. You can see how controls are being tested. That's why I told you to prepare things properly at home and revise the lecture. And this is not good. Your test has been scheduled, the first test, 5th February, it is. Sorry, after 5th February. Today is 29th January. Means after next class. What is the day today? Today is Saturday. Tell me one thing. I want to conduct an additional practice class here. Additional practice class. When? I want to conduct that on, just a minute, let me open my calendar. Tuesday, 3rd of Feb. 3rd of Feb. Just a minute. Yes. 3rd of Feb. The practice class to be held at the timing that is 19 hours to 21 hours. 2 hours class practice. That will be okay.
Okay for me.
Sir, we have a public holiday here in Mauritius Tuesday.
What is it?
Tuesday, 1st February. We have a public holiday in Mauritius.
1st February.
Yes.
That's a great idea, but that is, what is the day on that day? 1st February is
Tuesday.
Oh, no, it is 1st February. Sorry, my mistake. My mistake. Tuesday is the 1st February. Sorry, it is the 1st February. Yes, Tuesday. Yes, and then we can have class in the morning. Public holiday. People are. Okay, what can I do is now? What can I do now? I think your WhatsApp group for the class has not been created. I was looking for, I think it got ignored. I don't know how it got ignored by the coordinator. He has made the groups of all the classes. So what I will be doing, I'll be creating it now. Okay. So I'll be sharing with you the link and all of you will join now. And I will be deciding it by this evening, final timing of the class. Okay, now. Okay, Sanjana. I will consider it. Don't you worry. Okay, I'll consider it. So I am sharing a link here with everyone. Please join the WhatsApp group, everyone. Yes. Now, so come here. Let us proceed further. Then I will decide about the additional class after discussion in the WhatsApp group. Now, so we are here. So we are talking about test of controls. They say goods are counter-checked by one person. The relevant sale order and signature of the both packing, the person packing and the person preparing the GDN, doing the counter check. 2% sign that GDN. Now, you see, review a sample of GDN. They bear a signature of 2 persons as evidence of counter checking or not? Now, next. The next point is a multi-copied pre-numbered GDN must be issued at each dispatch of goods. So for a sample of dispatch of goods, verify whether a multi-copied and a sequentially pre-numbered GDN have been issued or not. You see here, review of document, whether it is happening or not. Yes, you see this control was that a copy of GDN is sent to the customer along with goods. The customer received the goods, signed the GDN, returned to the company. And that signed GDN is a record of the company. Now in the company record, that should be present for a sample of goods already delivered. Check company's record whether it includes a copy of relevant GDN signed by the customer who received the goods or not. Next, let us proceed further. The next point is yes, invoice should be prepared by one person, reviewed, and both should sign. Very easy. Review invoice, sample of invoices, whether they are prepared and reviewed by 2%. Their signatures are present or not. Is it easy or not? Tell me. Is it logical and easy or not? Tell me. Yes, please. It is quite logical. What is happening and how it is happening. The only thing you require is that is to spend time on it. There is no alternative of your time spending on the subject. Now, post containing the cash must be opened by 2%. Now, you see, this is the point where there is no other logic than observation. Observation. Inquire from the management, who are the 2% responsible for present at the time of opening the post containing the cash? And observe for a sample of occasion. Both of them are present or not? Yes. It is checking this control. Now, Review and now you see here, a pre-numbered multi-copied receipt must be issued for after cash receipt. Review whether cash receipt issued after is sequentially pre-numbered. Review of document. Now, so this test of control is testing the controls. Now, next point. I will be writing control here. You will be testing. You will be telling me the test of control. Purchase order is signed by purchase manager as evidence of approval. This is control. How to test it? Tell me. You will be telling me test of controls for it. Tell me, please.
Check whether the purchase order has signature of the managers.
Yeah. But it should be corrected. Whatever you are telling, 2% have 3% have sent me the test of control. You see here. What we are missing? Some person told check the order. No. Take a sample. Sample of what? On what? For what purpose? Your Shivina, I'm sorry if I pronounce wrong. Your has some flaws. Tavisha. Review a sample of purchase order to see which manager, for what purpose? Incomplete. Ritesh, review a sample of purchase order to confirm signature. Of whom? Signed by what? Which person? For what purpose? Incomplete. That's why writing the test of control and control, complete message should be there. Let's see here. Review a sample of purchase orders already placed. Suppliers. Whether they bear signatures of purchase manager as evidence of approval. Now, you see here, you must be thinking, I have said the same. I meant the same. What you meant and what you wrote will not be there to explain to examiner. You see here, there may be so many purchase order which may not have yet been placed. So they may need not bear the signature of the manager, which already placed. This is important. So many orders which have not yet placed. So it is not mandatory for them to be approved. Mandatory is for those which have already been placed. Signature of purchase manager as evidence of approval. Yes. Second example. Purchase orders are placed for economic order quantity are prepared. Yes. Order quantity of goods. Now tell me test of control. This is practice I am doing with you people. So everyone will contribute. You have not to stay mum. Please. You have to write. You have to participate to learn. And it is only possible in the online class that I can see the answer of everyone. Normal, if the class which is in the room, it is not possible, of course. Be quick. Tell me. Test of control of it. Be quick, please. Waiting for your answers. I want answer from everyone. I am saying you have to participate. This is control. How to test that control? You have to test it is happening or not. Management saying this happens. Being auditor, you have to verify it is happening or not. Tell me. Don't hesitate that you will make mistake. Your mistake here will save you from the mistake in exam. Tell me, please. I'm all ear to hear from you. Remember, I am not going to proceed if you don't participate. This is my way of teaching. Yes, Preeti, your mic is open. Can you talk? Do you want to talk? You want to share test of control? Kushal, good effort. Need improvement? I will do. More answers I need. You need to write. There is no other way. I will keep waiting if you are not giving me the answer. I don't want you to write this in exam first time and fail the exam. I'm sorry. I want you to do it here. Be quick. Be quick. If you are not working as per my direction, it means you are not studying with me. I'm sorry, you are studying on your own. If you want to say that you are studying with me, you have to act according to my request and the way of working. Now, good. I have received good answers. Now, one by one, I will tell the problem in those answers. The first answer, check what level of EOQ is and review sample of purchase order signed by the manager. So the point is, signed by what you have to check in those orders. It is incomplete. It is incomplete sentence. Check, review a sample of purchase order, whether signed, mentioning sign is not important here. You are trying to link it with the previous point. It is a different point. Mentioning the signature is not important. So check the level of EOQ and review sample of purchase orders, whether they have been prepared as per EOQ level or not. Your answer is incomplete. Second, review a sample of purchase order to check. What does it mean to check the level of EOQ? Vague. Level of EOQ, which is vague. Review the EOQ level and place an order at that level. I am unable to understand this sentence. Vague. Review a sample of purchase order placed with supplier to check the level of quantity that is needed by the company. Where is EOQ? She has sent message directly to me. That's why you cannot see her answer. Needed by the company is not in the control. We have to test this control. We cannot write generic thing. Test of control should test the relevant control. Your answer is generic. You are not testing this control. You are testing something else. Means to check the level of EOQ, how you will, another answer which is sent to me privately. Please send to all. Why you feel shy about it? I think there should not be any hesitation in the learning. Review a sample of purchase order already placed to check the level of EOQ. No, how with the means what do you want to check? Level of EOQ or order prepared or correct? Now, try to purchase above EOQ. What is it? Purchase above EOQ. Auditor has not to purchase. It is the management which has to prepare. I'm unable to understand. Review the EOQ level and test check with the relevant PO placed. Your answer is valid, but it is incomplete. Whether the PO purchased as per the EOQ or not. Trace to purchase order checking. No, it is wrong. It is wrong, Namratha. Wrong. What you are checking? Please erase what you have studied before. Delete, reset. Just like you reset the phone. Don't try to study here with the previous mindset, please. I am telling you, we have to test this control. Anything else. whether it is happening or not. For a sample basis of purchase orders, view the purchase requisition. Where is purchase requisition here? I said purchase order. Requisitions are not here. Please here. What I wrote here, I'm asking about that. I want you to read notes and tell me the answer about that. Here, for a sample of, remember, test of control will always be the test of specific control. You cannot write same test of control for 10 controls. No. Situation, specific. This is what audit is. We cannot give same medicine to everyone, every patient. So for a sample of purchase order prepared, review whether they have been prepared as per relevant EOQ. Economic order quantity. Remember, there is no shortcut to the success in F8. It is skill. It is skill, not memorization. You have to develop the skill. You must have to develop the skill. Otherwise, and there is only one way. What is that way? From now, 6 hours weekly study. Excuse me. Now, next point. So come here. I just wanted to show you how controls are tested so that you can participate instead of being a good listener. So now here is the control. You have to test this control. Reorder levels and EOQ must be defined and observed while preparing purchase requisition. So for a sample of requisition prepared, requisition, check whether they have been prepared according to relevant EOQ and reorder level defined by the organization. Yes. Now, next point. Purchase requisition must be sequentially pre-numbered and multi-copied properly. So review, so how to test it? Review a sample of purchase requisition, whether they are sequentially pre-numbered and multi-copied properly. Yes. Now, so we are checking it, whether it is happening or not. Whether it is happening or not. Next point. A list of authorized suppliers should be maintained and all order must, now whether it is happening or not, that the order are placed with the authorized supplier. So review a sample of orders placed, whether they have been prepared with the authorized supplier of the company or not. So checking this happening or not. Inspection of document. Remember, we need to find the relevant document from which we verify it. So purchase order must be sequentially pre-numbered. Very easy. Review a sample of purchase orders, whether they are sequentially pre-numbered and multi-copied or not. Purchase order must be counter-checked with requisition by a specific person. Counter-checking and must be signed by that two person. One person is preparing from the purchase requisition, other counter-checking. So review a sample of purchase orders, whether they be at the signature of the person who's counter-checking it with the relevant purchase order or not. So it should be a complete test of control. Incomplete doesn't bring any benefit to anyone. Now, so for a sample of purchase orders placed with the supplier, now you see it. They say that purchase order must be signed by the, I have done it by the way with this with you. With the copy of purchase order, whether it be at the signature of the purchase manager or the senior person or not. Goods must on receipt. Goods must be matched with the copy of purchase order and stored, and then should be accepted. So how to verify it is happening? Observation. Observe for a sample of goods deliveries, whether they're being matched with the relevant copy of purchase order before being accepted. So observation again. Once a while it comes. They say sequentially pre-numbered and multi-copied GRN must be issued for a sample of good delivery at stores, whether it is happening or not. It is happening or not. Students, do you think this exercise did here, it enhanced the clarity of test of control? Do you think it enhanced the clarity or not? When I asked you to write test of control, do you think? Some people, I think they can't speak or text. Please, I'm sorry. It is rude. When I ask you, you people don't respond. Sorry. Now, thank you. Next. The next point is accounts department personnel must match the GRN, goods received mentioned on the GRN, on the purchase order, and invoice. They must match. And then sign the voucher. And then issue check. So students, how to verified is happening. So for a sample of check issued, remember, you need to spend sufficient time on the notes. I will be sharing with you a textbook as well. You'll be reading that textbook as well, along with it. If you want to pass exam in June 2022, you need to study hard. To review for a sample of checks issued to the supplier, whether purchase voucher has invoice, payment voucher has invoice, PO, GRN attached with it, and there are signature of relevant official as evidence of matching all three documents, because we are checking it is happening or not. Yes. Now, next. So come here, the next test of controls. The next one. This is segregation of duties exists for custody of cash and accounting. So observe and evaluate whether proper segregation exists between cashier and accountant. Yes. So reconciliation, I told you not here. Reconciliation coming next. Yes. So authorized staff can make electronic payment only. Review authorities, list of authority for cash payment, and verify from the sample of payments whether they have made by the same delegated person or not. This is only a few person can make payment. I say, okay, what are the payments made? Show me your bank statement. And now whether sample of payment, whether they have been done by that list or not. That list or not. Now, next. So they say electronic payment and check prepaid only after all documents have been independently approved. For a sample of payment made, inspect whether the documentation have been approved by 3% or not, approved or not. We are trying to verify it is happening or not. It is happening or not. Now, next. So they say senior manager should review cash payment before release. So inspect sample of listing for payment, basically payment listing. Senior review in the form of signature, evidence of that. Whether they have signed it, then payment made or not. Reconciliations. Really cash payment reconciled. Sample of reconciliation, whether they have been prepaid or not. Bank reconciliation prepared by one person and reviewed by another person. Yes. Review bank reconciliation to confirm whether they undertaken different persons and reviewed by different, and they be the signature of the both. Now, next point. Next point. The next point is of controls. For this inventory, you see, logic should be clear. And for that purpose, I am telling you, if you are not going to revise this week, you will be losing 24 to 26 marks in exam, which means the failure of the paper. I warned you last week. Warning again. Final warning. Before, flight takes off, before closing the doors, they give final call. I'm calling you. But please. And for that purpose, what you have to do. I don't know, I asked you people or not. Just like I have my schedule of delivering lectures every week, you should have weekly schedule. Then at what time you will be studying, self-study. Allocate the time, 1 hour, 2 hour, and complete 6-hour schedule and how you are going to spend on it. And I told you in the last class, but no one sent me that schedule. This is mandatory. Remember, you are ignoring all my advices so far. I'm sorry to say. I don't know whether your teacher, where you have studied before, they do things like that or not. But I am like this. I want my student to pass. And for that, I force them. Keep pushing them. Some of you may dislike it, that Mr. Hamzah is, he is so much dictating things, even our petty issues related to study. But being a teacher, I think it is my responsibility to make my student prepare for exam when they are with me. So if you dislike it, what I'm doing, I apologize for you. Okay, now, but remember, still you have to prepare this plan. Will you be preparing? Tell me. Will you be preparing this plan? Tell me. So I'll be waiting. You can send me a picture of that plan. You can send me a picture of that plan. Majority student, what I meet students, a lot of students. I interact with them. Everyone say, I failed. I want to pass. It is my 4th attempt, 6th attempt. I think you have to mend your ways. If you don't expect a different result. You have to mend your ways. So this is the only solution. Now, come here. Next. Sorry. Here we are. So pre-numbered GDN and GRN use. Review on sample basis. GDN and GRN produce are pre-numbered or not. Physical access is limited. Review the procedure in place to limit the access to inventory. Segregation of duties. It is happening or not. Regularly, inventory should be counted. Attend inventory count. So you see here, we are verifying the same. Daily processing of GD and GRN. Review a sample of GD and then GRN, whether they are being updated in the record on a daily basis or not. Yes. So this is identify inventory, obsolete inventory daily. So we discuss with the management that how they identify slow moving obsolete inventory. So test of controls. Now we have left with 2 topics, but before going for that, I will take a short break of 7 minutes break. We'll be back. We will cover these 2 topics we have to cover today. Okay, payroll and revenue and capital expenditure. Very important topic from exam point of view. So see you in 7 minutes. Yes, please. Now, next. The next topic is, we said that is payroll. Now, before studying the payroll, let us start with the story. You are all working in the company, majority of you are working. Payroll cycle, how it starts. When a new employee joins the company, right? So HR department deals with that person. The HR file is maintained for each person. The form is filled, contract is signed. And then after HR is primarily responsible for setting up in the system. Then payroll, the details are sent to the payroll department. Payroll department now, every week, they every month they prepare the salary details, the working, the overtime worked, everything. And remember, if there is an overtime worked have to be paid, that need to be approved by the relevant department head. And then the payment is made every week. If cash payment has to be made, then by checking the photographic evidence of everyone, ID card, driving license, or passport, or if it is bank transfer, of course, that is approval of the payments prepared by one person, approved by another person. This should be like that. And of course, a calculation should be appropriate, salary calculations. So come here. Now, these two are for the management. When we will be discussing these two, this is from the point of auditor. So payment to be made, company's target, company's objective, that only to bona fide employees of the company. Bona fide means genuine, valid employee, not to the ghost employees. Not to the ghost employees. So that's why segregation of duties between HR department and payroll. And for every person, personal file should be held, maintained by HR. So observe and evaluate whether proper segregation duty is there. Yes. Authorization procedure for, yes, review a sample of starter and leavers. New joiner, the person who left the company, whether documentation files are in place or not. Authorization, they should be authorized. Hiring, terminating, wage rate, overtime by the senior management. Senior management, review it is happening or not. Employee status change, maternity, special leave, other. So there should be process, policies, and auditor will check whether there are policies for that or not. Review personal files for a sample of employees whose status changed. So we are verifying. Time clocks, that attendance every person should mark, and that will be approved by the person, their supervisor. Then the payment should be made. Observe use of time clocks. Inspect sample of time clocks for evidence of rule by the appropriate level of management. Employees with the valid number, employee number are paid. Yes, valid. How? Employees are added and deleted from the master file. Review and test. Now, all payroll costs are recorded, objective, for the work done by employee. So we told that pre-numbered clock cards, timesheets, or attendance means I have considered a manual system. to review numerical sequence of that. Regular reconciliation, payroll record and employee cost. Payroll record and employee cost recorded in file statements. Review, regular review in the journal. So review whether it is happening or not. Bank transfer list, what is it? Now, companies pay via bank. Actually, what happens? There is a list of employees generated. Mr. A, B, C, D, E. Salary 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 40,000, and so on. And then this is a list of employees prepared. And then out of that, payments. Check is prepared and that is approved. Check is approved. So compare check and bank transfer. What is the total of transfer list? 2 million. So what is the amount of check? Yes. And same should be recorded in the payroll. Inquire whether comparisons are being made. Inspect any evidence that it is happening or not. One person prepare and the other authorize the check. Paid check, a certified copy of bank list. Sure, it is properly authorized or not. Student, conceptual clarity should be there. All benefits, deduction are computed correctly. For that, what you have to do? One person prepare the calculations, the other review, inspect sample of salary slip for signature of different persons. Yes, it is. The next is revenue and capital. After this, I will be explaining exam type question, how questions are tested. And you people and number of you people have not joined the group yet. Why? I want to share with you exam kit over there, but you have not joined. Only a few have joined the WhatsApp group. Why others don't want to join? Tell me. Why? What is the issue? What is the issue, dear? What is the issue you are facing?
It says, please try to join the group later, sir. And I'm just having an error message.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I've tried like 3 times already.
Okay, no worries, no worries. What about others? Please join it now. If you are unable to join, then you can drop a message to me at my WhatsApp number. You have all that. It is mentioned at the start of notes as well. This is my number. Then I will add you manually. Okay. Then drop me a message. Now, 66447771. Yes, 92. So the next is revenue and capital expenditure. So revenue and capital, both expenditures. To ensure that expenditure is properly authorized. So you see here the budget. First of all, orders of the capital expenditure, non-current asset, furniture, that should be different than the routine purchases, and that should be approved by the senior management. It should be on the different form to the revenue documentation. Invoice should be approved by the person who authorized the order. the order, the invoice should also be approved by that person. Invoice journal ledger code should record of the non-current asset to avoid theft of the non-current, each invoice of the purchase of non-current asset. So review policies and procedures, examine a sample of order for appropriate authorization, inspect invoices to verify they have been approved properly, inspect invoices, they have correct journal ledger code mark on it. You see, what is we are saying, same is happening. We are trying to verify the same. In the control procedure, what management is doing? In the test of control, we are trying to verify the same. The linkage should be clear. So capital items should be written up in the non. So all non-current assets are recorded correctly. So capital item and reconciliation in the journal ledger, non-current asset register. Two documents, two books, they are matched. Journal ledger, what are non-current asset here, and what are in the non-current asset register. Reconciliation and correction if there is difference, and difference arises, resolved properly. So review reconciliation is to ensure regularly carried out, reviewed by senior person, and all discrepancies are being resolved on a timely basis or not. Yes, this is how it is happening. Now, next point. Let us proceed further. Students, the questions on are of two types. One is OTQs. Of course, OTQs we are going to do from exam kits. Then is scenario-based question. This is a big question. And there are two types of scenario-based question. One is they ask you, they give you a control system scenario, and then they say you explain deficiency in the control system. One, explain deficiency in the control system. Now, the second is give recommendation to remove that deficiency. And the third, perform test of controls on those recommendations. Three requirements on the scenario. Deficiency in the system, recommendation. Recommendation means tell controls how to remove that deficiency. So control implemented, now perform test of control on that. The second, explain key controls in the control system of company. Key controls. Second, write test of controls on those key controls. Test of control on those key controls. one type question, second type question, and blend of those both. Becoming common. Examiner is asking both type of questions now. Becoming common. Both are being tested. You can do one thing for me. You can send me a direct message here in the, I want to have an idea. How many of you have studied FID before? I mean, you are taking classes or you are studying it second time or third time. Send a direct message to me. Yes, please. Yes, please. More. I just want to analyze things. Good. Around 50% of the students, they are attending. Okay, they're attending course. Around 50% students for the second time, third time, fourth time. Oh my God. Such cases are as well. No worries. You may have witnessed some difference so far in my class. You will be seeing more differences as we produce and we proceed further. Yes. As we proceed further, you will be witnessing more differences. Yes. Now, so let us proceed further. Let us proceed further. The two types of questions. Now, I want to share exam kit with you. Just 1 minute, please. Just a minute, please. So the file needs some compression. I will compress it and send to you. Don't you worry. Okay. Now, so students, we are going to solve some past exam question on what we have covered so far. Yes. So here is the exam kit. You can see, here it is, the exam kit. So the questions will be here in front of us. Yes. So 107. Here we are. These are the question on deficiencies. Yes. Identify and explain 6 deficiencies of the Czech industry's payroll system. Provide a recommendation to address each of these deficiencies. 12 marks. Here is the question in front of you people. I will be expanding it. Yes. So let me share it with you. I think I have a latest version of the kit as well. That's why I'm unable to find right now. Let me share the same with you people over here. Means you, if the latest I will have and I will share that. By the way, this will also work if you use it. Use the same. Yes. Now, so please, I have sent it already, and download it and open this page number. Page number is here. You can see 59 from here. 59. Yes, here is 59. You just can type and open 59. Now, so students, have you found this question? Tell me, please. Have you opened this question? please read the requirement, deficiencies in the control, and read this scenario as well. Be quick, everyone. Yes. If you have gone through it, do let me know, please. If you have gone through it, do let me know, please. Good. Now, so let us proceed and solve it. They say you are the audit senior of Blair and Company, and your team have just completed the interim audit of Czech Industries, whose year end is 31st January 2022. You are in the process of reviewing the system testing completed on payroll cycle, as well as preparing the audit program for the funnel. Czech industry manufacture lights, and the manufacturing process is predominantly automated. However, there is a workforce of 85 employees monitor the machine, as well as 50 employees who work in the sales and administration department. The company manufactures 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The payroll system operates as follows. The factory workforce. The company operates 3 shifts every day with employees working 8 hours each. they are required to clock in and out using an employee swipe card, which identified the employee number and links into the hours worked report produced by the computerized payroll system. Employees are paid an hourly basis for each hour worked. There is no monitoring of supervision of clocking in and out process. This is the problem. This is the problem. Weakness. So I'll open a Word document. So the question is, check industries. And we have to prepare 2 columns. The requirement they told us, 2 columns, 6 deficiencies and recommendations. So deficiencies, recommendations. Now, so for our ease, I am going to make it like exam sheet. An exam you have like this, not same, but still some taste of exam. Yes. So here it is in front of you people. They say that there is no monitoring of employee swipe process, card swipe process for the clock in, clock out. There is no monitoring of clock in or clock out process of employees being done through card swipe. They said this is deficiency, I told. Student, how it is a deficiency? Can you tell me? What can go wrong because of it? Tell me, please. What can go wrong because of it? Yes, please. Exactly. No, they said explain. So we will explain it. Now, what can go wrong because of it? Explain the deficiency. Not identify. Explain. Yes. Employees may be absent and their cards may be used by others for clock in or clock out. Thus, salaries being paid to employees and for work not done by them. for being absent, even they are absent from work, increasing costs to the company. Yes. You see how to explain. If you do not explain it, you lose mark. How it is a deficiency? This has mark. Identify deficiency and then explain the deficiency. Yes. Now, what is the recommendation? Now, how to? There must be someone responsible to review or monitor the process of card swipe by employees for clock in and clock out. Yes, there must be. So this is a recommendation. There must be someone. Yes. Next. So the next point is the recommendation to remove that deficiency. On a weekly basis, the payroll department calculates the cash wages to be paid to the workforce. This is calculated based on the hours worked report, multiplied with the hourly wage rate with the property tax fraction. These calculations are not checked by anyone. They are generated by the system, totally relying on the system. Yes. So wages, sorry, so here, wages being calculated, through the payroll system are not being checked by anyone, and same being paid as cash to the workforce. Any error with the system may lead to incorrect calculation of wages of employees, and hence wages may be underpaid or overpaid to the workforce. Demotivating employees or extra costs to the company. Company, yes. Means if it is underpaid, employees will be workforce demotivated. Extra cost to the company when you overpay. Yes. Deficiency impact has to be explained. It has to be explained, elaborated. Now, next. The next point, that is, during the year, the hourly wage rate was increased by the HR department and was notified verbally. Two weaknesses, by the way. The one is hourly wage rate was increased by HR department. HR department. What is the problem? What can happen? So, HR department may not consider the wider financial or non-financial impact. Or non-financial and other impact of wage rate increase. So, thus increasing wage too much, resulting in huge cost to company, or increasing it by a small amount. Thus, employees may be demotivated. You see how to draft answer. This is drafting the answer. This is the drafting the answer. This is drafting the answer. Yes. Now, next point. So how to, then what is the recommendation? What is the recommendation then? Students, sorry, I have not given the recommendation for even the, I will write for that as well, just 1 minute. This is the weakness. HR department may propose the increase in wage rate, but the approval of it must be done by board of directors. Yes. You consider wider aspects, of course. Now, next. Let us proceed further. This weakness. Payroll wages calculated by system, by the payroll system, must be reviewed for accuracy by some specific person, and he or she must sign the calculation, the wages calculations, as evidence of review. Yes. As evidence of review. Now, next. The point is, verbally notified wage increase is verbally notified to payroll department. Wage increase. Yes, payroll department. Now tell me, what can go wrong because of it? You will tell me the impact. Be quick. Yes, please. What can go wrong because of it? Exactly. No evidence and more. So what can happen because of it? Might not be true. Miscommunication. Misunderstanding, overpayment, underpayment. Both possibilities are there. Exactly. So we cannot say here it should be formal way. That is recommendation. You should write there, whatever it is. So there may be, due to any misunderstanding, wage rate can be increased by a large amount, large or lower amount by the payroll department. Resulting in huge cost to company or employees' dissatisfaction. Yes. So recommendation. Any increase in wage rate must be communicated to payroll department via written notice. You see the wording, how to write. This is very important if you are focusing it. Okay, I have written 4 weaknesses. 1, 2, 3, 6 are required. I can discuss, we have less time, we cannot type it all. You can try the remaining yourself. On Friday, each department prepare paper and physically hands to the workforce who operates the morning and the late afternoon shifts. Upon production of the identification. Now, the pay packet for night shift are given to the factory supervisor. Wrong. Who is factory supervisor? He is not the responsible person. Supervisor has not to distribute salary packet. He cannot be, in case of any misappropriation, we cannot hold him responsible. Yes. Recommendation will be payroll department personnel must itself distribute salary packets to the night shift as well. Now, on the night shift, if the person is absent, factory supervisor keep these wages. Yes. The cash of the company in the possession of the supervisor, personal possession, and that may be stolen, may be misappropriated as well. So the cash of the company must not be in the personal possession of any employee. Rather, it should be kept in the locker at company premises. Yes, in the locker at company premises. Next. Sales and administration staff are paid monthly by bank transfer. So 6 have been done. Keep in mind. Whenever examiner asks 6, in a scenario, 7, 8 will be there. More than that. We have to write only 6. Are paid monthly. Each employee fluctuates to joint. How due to staff shortage in the HR? Yes. Staff holidays in the HR. So what happened? What is the weakness? All of the HR department went on holiday. And hence, there is no new employee being set up during that period. All the HR department went on holiday at once. And there was no person to set up new employees joining during that period. So, new joiners are not paid the salaries, resulting in the dissatisfaction of them. Now, to recommendation. All the persons in the HR department must not be on holidays at once. at once. And someone must be there. Someone must be there in the company at all time. Yes, that's it. So students, we are done with it. Now, I will give you some question to try at home. This question, Greystone. Greystone question, it's a B part. Deficiencies. Greystone. Additional clause has not decided yet. Remember, when it is decided, it will be communicated. So Greystone question is your home assignment. So you will be solving it, every one of you. In the next class, I will be doing 2 to 3 more questions, minimum 2. I think by what I think 3 questions I will be doing more with you people in the class. Yes. So students, thank you for joining me today. And I'll be waiting for your schedule, study schedule. Okay? Thank you. God bless you. Take care. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.